about. I asked you about, Army had increased its size overall in the trenches, and you said you thought it was more you had increased your toughness. Can you talk about that a little bit and how it related to today's game, especially that final drive by Navy?
Yeah. All year long we've been preaching, being warriors in the fourth quarter and winning the fourth quarter, and we just did that tonight. Navy, got to hand to them. They played great. But that fourth quarter, we knew we had to win it, and we did, and we came out on top.
Showtime.
Yeah, sorry.
What was it like playing against Perry? He did some amazing things today.
Yeah, he's a great player. Going into the game, I think everyone knew we had to stop him. He had a great game, and it was fortunately we did hopefully stop him that last drive, and it was a great win.
John, can you talk about the scene after the win, what you were doing, and then holding the Commander-in-Chief's trophy with the captain?
Yeah, after I got tackled a couple times, I tried to find a mod and all the seniors, and when I did, it was just unbelievable. Just an unbelievable moment, and I'll never forget, and I know this team will never forget.
John, what was sweeter about this year's win, having that Commander-in-Chief's trophy, than last year when you beat Navy for the first time?
Oh, it's everything. Being able to win that and bring it back to the program, and it hasn't been here since '96. It's an unbelievable feeling, and we couldn't be more proud as a team and a program.
Can you talk about scoring the winning touchdown to beat Navy for the second straight year?
I mean, you want me to talk about that touchdown specifically? Yeah, it was just a quarterback sneak. I actually don't think I would have gotten in without my fullback and offensive line. I felt myself kind of stopped. The Navy defense did a great job all day at stopping us inside, and I felt Andy pick me up and kind of walked me in the end zone. So, that's basically what happened.
Can you talk about the whole experience playing this game in the snow today?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've had practices where we've practiced in the snow, rain. We have an indoor facility, and Coach Munkin always talks about we can't control the weather and focus on things we can't control. So it was like a normal day for us. It was definitely fun. My first time ever playing a organized football game in the snow. And, these guys will tell you, in the summertime, the weather's not as good up at West Point when we're doing our training. So we just kind of all looked at each other like, it's another training day. And we went out.
How do we go back to back?
I mean, it feels amazing, for one, to understand all the work that we've put in since I've been here, since we've been together, and how we've trusted the process and we've grown as an organization. It feels great.
Ahmad, what was the decision to go with the pitch late in that fourth quarter on that touchdown drive instead of waiting throughout the entire game to not pass, and then right there you had that big gain en route to your touchdown?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Navy's defensive line was really good, and their linebackers were stout inside, and they were stopping us inside, so we knew we had to get the ball on the edge a little bit. And I actually probably shouldn't have pitched that ball, but John made a great play getting around, getting us close enough to the end zone to make a touchdown.
Plays throughout the rest of the earlier on that he wanted to maybe throw that pitch out and surprise Navy?
We practiced that play, but I don't think that was one play that I would have rather ran over the other. I think that our offensive line and our offense has a mindset that if a play is called, we can execute either one of them. So.
John Trainer, you have a lot of military in your family. You have an uncle who played at West Point. What does winning this game and getting the Commander-in-Chief's trophy mean to you?
It means everything. It means a lot to this team, a lot to this academy, obviously. But before the game, I promised him that I'd bring home a signed ball to him from our whole team, because he gave me a signed ball from the last team that won the CIC trophy, and I'm happy to be able to accomplish that.
Alex, maybe talk about the last drive on defense. It was down at the Army 25-yard line first and 10. You were able to push them back, so it was a longer field goal. Just tell us a little bit about what that experience was like.
Yeah, I mean, it was a heightened sense of really on defense, just get after them, and we knew that every yard they gained would be an easier field goal. So, I mean, they jumped off sides or false started a few times. That kind of helped us, and I mean, we got great rush from the inside on the kick, and ended up being the difference in the game.
Was it tough to stop Malcolm Perry during the game? He looked like a just very quick player.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great player. He's very elusive and pretty slippery, so it's hard to just have one person in there making the tackle. And he was able to just kind of find the open gap in some of the plays where we kind of let down and made a mental mistake and kind of left the gap open, and he kind of exposed that.
And on the third quarter, John Boyd, the third quarter play where you got Perry, you saved a touchdown there. How much of his body did you actually get, and where'd you come from on that play?
So I came from the backside of the play, and someone, missed a tackle. He slipped away, and I'm like, I think I can catch him. And he's slowly, going, and I see some guy, some Navy kid, coming and trying to kick me out, and I'm like, well, I got to dive. And I'm not sure if I hit his foot or not, but I think I got enough where he tripped or slipped in the snow, and hopefully he went down. Or thank God he went down. So.
Did you feel that holding them there to a field goal was a significant part in this game?
Oh yeah, definitely. All year long, I think we've been pretty good as a defense in the red zone, and be able to stop them, I think, twice was huge.
John, do you think you had Malcolm Perry thinking too much on his last drive to make those mistakes? It seemed like your intensity was really up, and you were getting to him a little bit. Do you think he was thinking too much, the young kid?
I don't know. I was looking at the sheet. He had 250 yards. He had a really good game. But I don't know. Maybe I know we're throwing some new stuff in the fourth quarter, and it worked. So.
John, one last one on that play that you stopped him when you barely got him. How much you had to run down an awful lot? Like a lot of linemen maybe would have quit on that. How about that? Oh, but you had to run him pretty far down the field.
Yeah, a lot of these guys think I'm pretty slow, but I had to show off my wheels, and I got them. So.
What a game! First, credit to Coach Niumatalolo and the Navy team. What a battle! They're such a well-coached football team. Kenny and I worked together for a long time. Ivan and I, Dale and I, Danny O'Rourke, Mike Brass. I can go right down the list of the friends and colleagues that I had when I was at the Naval Academy and at Georgia Southern and back at Hawaii, and for as long as I've known those guys, and they just do a tremendous job. It's a heck of a football team, and they gave a great effort. Malcolm Perry, their quarterback, what an incredible individual effort. He's as good a performance as anybody had out there today. So proud of our team, just to be able to find a way to win that game. That's something that, as a coach, as a program, I guess in any organization, you want to be able to overcome the adversity that faces you, and to have a group of guys as resilient as ours that believe. There was never a moment that our guys doubted we were going to win the game. And when you love a group of people like I love them, I know those guys well, and I can tell when their emotions change. We never lost momentum, and momentum is just attitude. And I was so proud of our guys, and they found a way, and we had that drive to take the lead, and got the stops we needed to right there at the end to make it a long field goal, and just an incredible effort. It was a great day to just celebrate this team and all that they've done. We got seniors in there that went 4-8 as freshmen and 2-10 as sophomores, and now won 17 games in the last 2 years. Really an incredible change, and it's because of those guys and their leadership and the job that they've done, the commitment that they've made, just the brotherhood that is alive in that locker room. So much fun to be a part of it. I'm really, really privileged to be a part of this team, and it's great to represent such a great academy and the United States Army, and for all those that serve all over the world, those that have served and are serving today, and those that will. And So just an incredible feeling, and so we'll go from there, huh, Matt? Okay.
Coach, just about the defense in the fourth quarter. You force a punt, allows your offense back on the field. They do a great drive, they score, and then your defense stops them again, forces them to a long field goal. Just maybe your thoughts on how the defense played that fourth quarter.
They just knuckled down and found a way, and I think that was indicative of the effort of the offense as well. Just determination to find a way to score on that last drive and to take the lead, and just the determination of the defense. Jay did a great job and helped our guys get in position, and I mean, they made some plays. We had some opportunities to stop them and didn't. They made some really good plays, some good blocks. They were blocking us well, and they snapped that one on the ground. That doggone quarterback picked it up and went out the left end, and we're just able to overcome stuff like that. And they made a couple errors there at the end with the procedure penalties, and it sure was to our benefit. But I thought the defense played really well in that fourth quarter for sure.
Coach, what was your impression of John Boyd going downfield and catching Perry on that long run that held him to a field goal? Do you think that was a key part in the game, momentum-wise?
That was a huge play in the game, and the first one that he broke when they ran the quarterback draw, they had a sprint out draw, and I could call the name of the play for you. I mean, it's a play we've run forever in this offense, and he got out the back, and Ryan England was chasing him down, and I thought Ryan was going to catch him. I thought he probably dove a little bit too soon to go for the swipe, but that's a fast player. But the footing was not very good, and from looking top down, it probably just looks like a coating of snow, but there was clumps of snow. It was shoe packed, and then they'd get kind of thrown to one side or the other, and it'd collect more snow, and it was just a lumpy, bumpy surface, really difficult to run on and keep your footing. Every time we went out there for a timeout, I'm like, holy smokes, how are these guys even staying on their feet? But it was a big play for sure.
Coach, for years you guys have had to answer questions, about when are you going to stop the streak. Well, now you guys have that streak. So how's it feel to be on the other end now?
I'm just proud of the 2017 team. This team in this locker room was responsible for this year only. Just like next year's team will be responsible for that game. And we're just trying to put together a one-game streak each year. And just the battles that these games have been each year, it's been a touchdown or less. 7, then 4, and 4 in our favor, and 1. And just you got to slug it out to the finish, and I'm just so happy we found a way.
Can you talk about the way how Bradshaw did on that last drive that led to the winning touchdown?
Ahmad Bradshaw has Ahmad's led us on drives like that all year, and he's an incredible leader. The amount of confidence that our team has when he's in the huddle, the poise that he has as a quarterback, it's a great quality to have in a quarterback. When things go really good, he doesn't get too excited. He is not afraid to show his emotion, but he's very even keel and really gets right back to business. And when things aren't going good, he doesn't get rattled. He's very poised, and that allows him to be a very effective leader for our team. And that's a quality that the other people on other teams in the Army is a second lieutenant, then a first lieutenant, a captain, and from there on, and perhaps someday beyond the Army, and the leadership that he's going to provide to any organization that he's a part of. He's a wonderful kid, and I'm incredibly proud of him. He had a great game tonight.
Coach, specifically for one play on that drive that pitched out to Caleb Holt, Ahmad, I actually asked Ahmad this before you came in, and he said he shouldn't have pitched that. What was the decision for you to finally throw in that pitch late in that game?
The one that we got down to the half-yard line, yeah, that was to John Trainer. Yep, we had run the same play in a previous drive, same formation, and they turned the quarterback loose. the pitch key went and took the pitch. There were two guys in there squeezing for the dive fake, and Ahmad took off and had a really long run. And frankly, we were kind of expecting the same thing to happen. And the read key, I think they kind of messed with his eyes a little bit. They'll have, on the triple option plays, there's three parts of it, and I don't think he read it like he should have, and he pitched off the guy he was supposed to hand it off of, and it just worked out. Just one of those things that we got a block on the perimeter, and John made a heck of a run, and I don't know how he kept his feet down that sideline. Thank goodness for the leaf blowers out there getting the snow, because they had that patch along the sideline where the hash marks are, the tick marks on the sideline, and he was kind of running down that clean grass. So, yeah, I think it was probably, if we go back and look at it, and I haven't seen it, it's probably a busted play.
Do you think he should have pitched that, or do you think he should have just kept it all on?
I think he done just exactly what he did. It worked out good for us. Hope he'll do it again next time.
Jeff, when you said that you never, the guys weren't doubting that they could win the game, how do you see that in your players?
I think when you know a group of people, think of the people that you're closest to, that you love the most. You can tell when they're anxious, when they're nervous, when they're afraid. You can tell every emotion, when they're happy, when they're excited. They don't have to say a word. You just can feel what's going on emotionally, and that's a very tough-minded group of young men in there, and that's not something that is necessarily inherent. It's something that has been built. If you got people that you trust around you, you don't feel like I got to do this on my own. And there's not a guy in that locker room that felt like he had to win the game on his own. He knew that everybody else out there was going to do their job, and that they were going to play as hard as they could play. And when you know that's going to happen, there's some comfort in that. And we've overcome some deficits this year and made some plays at the end of football games this year to help us win games enough that our guys just believe that if there's a second left on that clock, we're going to find a way to win. And it was close enough, and we were in position there within a score that we knew we just needed to get a touchdown and get a stop, and fortunately it worked out for us.
Jeff, did you have any concern before the football game that the news that regarding Ahmad this morning would affect him in any way?
Nothing affects that guy. He's a poised leader, and he does not flinch. He does not flinch. And when you find people that are very successful, when you find a competitor that is a winner, that finds a way to get things done, take any great player you want to think of, Michael Jordan or Larry Bird or whoever. That's what this guy is. He's going to find a way. Throw anything at him, he's going to find a way.
The celebration in the locker room after the game, we heard it in here. It's a little different than last year. It's another spirited celebration. It's a little different than last year, considering now you got to take it to the White House.
It was a great celebration. Just when you win a game like that, it's fun, and to be able to get the trophy, it was a great celebration. I think we owe the Link and the Temple locker room a few ceiling tiles for all the Gatorade that's on the ceiling. But the guys were having fun and enjoying, and you should. There's very few things that we get to do in our life where we get to experience such joy and exhilaration, and how lucky am I to have a job like this where I can celebrate and with my family there, my wife and my kids, my parents, to be able to embrace them and hug them on a field after the game like that. We're all in this, everybody. I mean, they're fully invested as the families are of our team, our coaches, and it's fun to go in there and celebrate. And that trophy hadn't been in our possession for 21 years. So to be able to accomplish that with this team is a great source of pride, and it's something we're going to enjoy for sure.
All right, thanks.
Sorry.
Coach, congrats on the victory. Is there any part of the halftime speech you can share with us?
Part of the halftime speech? Oh, I mean, there's no halftime speeches that make a difference. I thought Jay and Brent went through some things and got some adjustments made. We made one adjustment on the punt block and, just tried to give our guys the best position to win. But like I said, nobody was panicking at that point. We believed we were going to win the game.
Game in the snow.
We don't play many games in the snow, but both teams had to play in it, and I think we kind of latched on to the unit that we were representing, the 10th Mountain Division, and they first trained and fought in the snow, and I guess we kind of felt like we owed them the best effort and the best performance we could to honor those men and women.
Coach, would you like to talk about how your seniors, how far they took the program in their 4 years to this day where you won the Commander-in-Chief Trophy?
This program is different because of that group of seniors and the seniors last year. It's been building, and I think that 2-10 season, I knew we had turned the corner. Nobody else could see it, but I knew we had turned the corner and turned those into victories last year and this year, and it's because of the leadership of the team, those guys in that locker room, and I love the team we got in there, and I think we're going to get better.